Gold prices are making headlines, and a lot of people are wondering what their jewelry, coins, or even old pieces tucked away at home might actually be worth. Secured Gold Buyers is helping take the guesswork out of it, offering a simple, transparent way to turn those items into real value. Joining us now is President Ryan Knott to break down what's happening in the market and what you should know before you sell. Ryan, always good to see you.
Great to see you. How are you, Jessica?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Okay, how is gold doing right now?
Gold's fantastic. Gold's over $4,700 an ounce. Silver's hovering in the $70 range, and people are coming out like crazy. They're making so much on. They're selling their gold items for more than what they bought them for full retail.
Incredible. And what does this mean in the overall grand scheme of the market? What is this time? How is this time so historical?
Well, there's a lot going on in the world, and that's what's really pushing and causing all of this. That's number one. Number two, gold prices are expected to drop by about $1,000 here in the next 60 to 90 days. So now is like a fabulous time to sell, if you're thinking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are hosting an event. There's 3 different locations. And what should people be bringing to these events?
Anything that's gold, silver, or platinum, gold jewelry, even if it's broken, if they're missing an earring, a broken bracelet, it doesn't matter what condition it is. If it's broken, it still gets the same value. Well, that's not necessarily true, because if it's vintage or if it's high-end jewelry, obviously those get big premiums. But sterling silverware, flatware, we've purchased, as you know, over 25 tons of sterling silverware just in the last 10 years.
Wow, incredible. Yeah. All right, I want to bring up the dates of these events because I want to make sure that people have these locations. This is the first one, Courtyard Marriott, Larkspur Landing in Marin. It's going to be April 30th through May 2nd, 9 to 5. There's going to be free parking, free appraisal, and there is the address right there. The next one's Courtyard Marriott Palo Alto. It's same dates, April 30th through May 2nd. All of these dates are going to be 9 to 5, and you make it so easy again with the free parking at all of these places. And here's the last location in Concord. It's the Concord Hilton, April 30th through May 2nd, 9 to 5. Again, making it just so easy for everyone to come there and get their free appraisal. And so take me through the process. When people are showing up and they have kind of their bag of goodies, what does the appraisal process look like? It's
really simple. It's very transparent. People get a real kick out of it, especially first-timers. They come in, they bring whatever their items are. We go through each item individually. We price it individually or as a group, however they'd like it done. They see it weighed on weights measured, California calibrated scale, so they know it's the exact weight, the purity levels. So we go through each and every item, appraise it, and they make the decision whether or not to sell.
Okay, and so you're not taking it out into the back to kind of look at it. It's all done right in front of everyone.
Yeah, it's right there, right on the table, right in front of them. So all the numbers that we're seeing, they're seeing.
Okay, incredible. Yeah. What's the feedback that you get from people who have been to these events in the past? Maybe it's their first time. They've kind of heard about these, and they're really curious, and they come for the first time. What's the feedback you get from everyone as they do this with you?
They're mostly shocked. They're mostly shocked because they didn't realize that spot prices were so high, thereby making their items so valuable. So that's number one. Number two, it's just a very transparent, it's a very quick, seamless process. So they're happy with the fact that they're in and out quickly. They get paid for their items on the spot, and I can't remember the last person that said, oh, I'm just going to hold on to it. It's just spot prices are too high.
Yeah.
They're taking it's stuff that's unwanted or unused or broken, and they're monetizing that, and then they're taking the money and going and doing something else that they want to do with it.
You're getting the cash right there. I want to kind of talk about some of the items to bring just to kind of refresh people. So what are the items that people should be bringing?
Anything at all that's gold, silver, or platinum jewelry, any condition that it's in, if they are uncertain as to what it is, some people think it's costume or plated, bring it in. We can tell in 2 seconds, and we show them right in front of, you know, they get to see right there. Sterling silverware. Sterling silverware, nobody serves with that really anymore. That's why we're buying so much, and the spot prices are so high. People are absolutely astonished at how much. We bought about 2,000 pounds just last week of sterling silverware.
Wow.
Almost a ton.
Wow. Is there anything that you can think of that is something completely random or out of the box that someone brought, and that, you know, something kind of like out of the box that people won't usually think about, they were able to bring and cash it in?
Not off the top of my head. We've had some really wild ones, as you know, but we had a really fun one in Reno last week where we had retired Southern Pacific train conductor. And he
Wow.
came in with his train conductor hat on and the whole thing. And he sold, it was gold filled. And that's another thing that we buy too, is we do buy gold filled. So old pocket watches. He had about 1,400 lapel pens. He thought he was going to get a couple $100, and he walked out with over $5,000.
Wow.
And that's just gold filled.
That is incredible. All right,
Yeah.
I want to bring these locations up one more time. Mark your calendars, everyone. This is where you need to be heading to cash in. The Courtyard Marriott, Larkspur Landing, and Marin. All of these dates are going to be 9 to 5, of course, or the time is 9 to 5. The dates is April 30th through May 2nd. The next one here in Palo Alto and Los Altos is the Courtyard Marriott. All super easy to get to, all spread out all around the Bay Area. We're going to make it super easy with free parking, free appraisal. And here's the last location, the Concord Hilton, April 30th through May 2nd, 9 to 5 at all of these locations. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us. I always have so much fun with you.
I love coming to see you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, if you want to learn more about secured gold buyers, you can head to their website. That is securedgoldbuyers.com.